It's time to go to the fuck nigga of the week. These musty Midwestern white... Okay, hold on. You know what I'm saying? They be banning me and shit, so let me make sure I get it right. These musty Midwestern white women. So, I don't understand why we're all... First of all, Roe versus Wade was overturned. Let's start there. It was overturned. It was 6 versus 3. It wasn't even competitive. So, you overturn this vote, and now people are all up in arms like, oh my gosh, how did we get here? Oh, what's going on? How did this happen? Oh, blah, 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 blah. Motherfucker, you must have not been watching me and watching my motherfucking videos because I told you motherfuckers when you put Fuck Boi Orange in motherfucking office that this is what the fuck was going to happen. The motherfucker had a chance to elect 3 Supreme Court judges and then had a chance to select many appellate judges as well. And I think it was 53 courts or some crazy amount of number, a record amount of judges that you can put into office as a president. And what the fuck did we do because of Obama's backlash? We've put fucking Orange Man in there, and now we're like, oh my God, Roe versus Wade got overturned. What the fuck happened? You want to know what the fuck happened? Musty Midwestern white women. I told you. Now let me reel back a little bit and say I'm really tired of this narrative of, oh, it's black people's fault. It's Asian people's fault. It's other people's fault besides who is responsible for what is going on. Let's really break this down on a very intellectual level. It's basically taking away women's rights to be able to vote. The white women who voted for Trump essentially voted away their rights in 53%. So that means more than half of the white women voted away their rights to the white women. It didn't matter whether those rights mattered for black women, for Asian women, for all other women across the country. All white women cared about is what they wanted to vote for and what their issues were when Orange Man was going into office. And now here the fuck we are. We're gonna continue to lose other rights. I'm sure gay marriage, of course, is gonna lose its license. There's all types of freedoms that are just gonna be lost because we allow these Supreme Court rulings to be overturned basically by a panel of 9 people who, if they're not all Democratic, we're fucked. And we're fucked. So listen, let me calm down. The reason that I'm angry is because I have conversations with people and they act brand new, or they want to put blame on the wrong people, or don't want to take accountability. I don't want to see bridesmaids and white women in the motherfucking government protesting, blah, 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 blah. No, boo-boo. I want you to go talk to your friend, your Becky-ass friend, and 53% of the people who voted that year who are white women and why they voted for them. You need to talk to them. Because when we go vote in these next elections and we vote in the local elections, we need to make sure to vote Democratic so that we can get our fucking rights back and that we can at least have power within the Senate and the Congress and in our local areas to help some of these rights and to help, like in NYC, you can have abortion. They made executive privileges to help abortion. So, to help women be able to get the abortion, the pill, and there's still things that they have to do, make sure that there's not, like they have to do some things with privacy laws, because Texas is literally putting a bounty on people who go somewhere else and get an abortion and giving people $10,000 if they report who that person is so that they can go to jail, the woman who got the abortion. It's ridiculous. The things that they're putting into place in these southern, conservative, Midwestern, fuck-ass cities, states, whatever it is things that aren't like normal for human rights. It's the same reason why you see a motherfucker running around the middle of the street with a gun on his hip in Texas. The fuck is wrong with y'all, man? Why y'all so scared? Why are y'all so fearful? So in summary, because of this Roe versus Wade overturn, that was primarily accounted for the Supreme Court judges that were able to overturn it 6 versus 3, something that hasn't been overturned in over 50 years. And in my opinion, if we are going to place blame, although it is all of our collective blame for not doing, supporting, and getting people that we know to be able to vote and be in position to not have President Fuck Boi in election, of that same token, for what did happen, the same people who are claiming, white women, the same people who are claiming that they should have abortion rights, are the same women, 53% of that specific faction, voted for Trump. Trump is the one who put these judges into office. Therefore, you voted away your rights of whether or not you wanted to reproduce anyway. So, in my opinion, I don't want to see you protesting. I don't want to see you saying shit. I want to see you talking to other white women. Now, granted, does this mean the majority and all of, no, this doesn't mean all white women. This just means that it's like, okay, I have a perfect example for you. Okay, so there's a stereotype that black people don't tip. So anytime I go somewhere, I make sure to tip because I know that there's a general perception that black people don't tip. And I'm trying to do everything I can to break that perception. Or black people are always late. The new job that I go to, I make sure to always be on time so that that's not something that they can attribute to black people. I try to carry the standard to another level because I'm aware of it. That should apply to white women. They should be aware of other white women and the standard that's being carried along with them to not give a fuck and not vote for their rights. Therefore, a lot of the times when I see these bridesmaids or whatever it is, or I see other people trying to blame why these things are happening for not the reason that is, to me, is primarily the, I mean, of course, white men, we know what time it is, but like the white women who are voting away their rights, there's something there. To me, that's a mental breakdown, a cognitive dissonance, a mental incapacity that we really need to explore and then we need to talk about more than some of the other things that I think we need to do. We have enough things going on in the black community. Hell, I just need to get motherfuckers to get out there and vote and stop being so motherfucking ignorant in the first place. I'm not necessarily concerned about whether or not we're going to vote Democratic because if you look at the percentages, upwards of 80+% of us are going to vote Democratic. So really all we need to focus on is getting our fucking numbers up, which is fine, cool, we'll do that. But of the same token, if we're going to look at this in whole and try to analyze what's going on,